I don't have my purple one on. Surprise! I am very blessed to be here today. I decided to have a conversation. Let me just swizzle that so I'm not distracted by where this thing is in my eye. Anyways, so I decided to have a conversation today about triggers because I had a conversation yesterday on the phone, and also I've been doing a lot of listening to videos that I'm not used to listening to, and background noises and comments and whatnot. And I get triggered. Somebody on the phone yesterday was doing this. This is a trigger for me. I'm just going to full on admit it. Do you hear that? Okay. So that is a huge trigger for me when I'm on the phone with someone. It's so distracting, but it's so 3D. Anyone who's been in my house or anything like that, or in my motorhome or whatever, knows my little triggers with things. The biggest trigger I want to talk about, though, is words. Words in triggers. One of the biggest words that people are having a problem with, and the person I had I didn't have a problem with the person on the phone yesterday. I don't have problems with people anymore. Because I feel like I'm working through those triggers. But the biggest word people are having a trigger now with, what do you think it is? Any guesses? Go on, take a guess. Starts with the 17th letter. So a lot of people are having a problem with the programs that were put on place of us through black magic, period. And they don't like the word queen at all. In fact, I have to say it funny on here, otherwise it flashes the screen and pauses out and stops it. That's how triggered the other side is by the high vibrations. So when we're feeling triggered about something, it's because I just look at it as a computer program. So we'll go back to the simplicity of drinking and slurping tea or making obnoxious noises around people. Like, so to me, when you're triggered by something, that is your ego thinking that everything around you needs to suit your needs. That's it, to me. That's my opinion. So, based on the programs that we were programmed before. So if we look at our bodies as computer programs, I have a computer program that says, get a little chapped off every time somebody slurps or scratches or interrupts or talks over somebody or whatever my triggers are. Because all of them at the root cause is your, like for that particular trigger for me, is your ability not to be heard or not to be able to listen clearly. The energy of conversation is interrupted between what your vibrations are and what the other person's vibrations are. There's no free flow when, say, it's just about this cup and seriously so irritating. And I have the utmost respect for people that can sit there and not let any of their triggers interfere with how they're receiving energy. Okay? And that's my wish, is to not let it interfere. So, with my vibrations. But how do we do that? Like, let's be real. How do we get over being effed off with something that is constantly putting us back into the, oh, you're cutting off my communication, or you're cutting off my need to be heard, or if it's the program that, like, I've had one of the biggest programs running in my life. I am anti-government and anti-politics my entire life. I'm allergic to that shit. Like, I'll just say shit. Shit. And so whenever I come up against authority, or someone who's very authoritative in how they speak, not, I had a really good conversation about it yesterday. Like, some people just command attention when they're speaking. That's authoritative. It's not meaning necessarily they're being bossy, it's just how they're speaking. And we've all been programmed, and this is nothing against men. I'm making that very clear. We have all been programmed to believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Males. Okay? And we've all been programmed to have respect for people in authority at some point. So when we go to express ourselves, self-love, expression, hey, wait, that doesn't fit in my vibrations. I'm love, or I'm peaceful. I don't get why you're coming at me with authority, right? Sometimes if we haven't removed the triggers and have allowed ourselves to express ourselves somewhere, somehow, some way, like I have this channel, people are sharing information, what have you. If you're not allowed to express that, then you're going to be triggered more, period, by anyone who appears in an authoritarian figure, or who appears to have more control over their biological entity and their spiritual thoughts. It's a threat. So what I mean by that, and I'm just going to go right to the example, when she was arrested by the RCMP under Form 10, it was because somebody was threatened by her place in the timelines. So let's be very clear here. This is a high vibration timeline where everybody helps each other, where it's not necessarily authoritative. It's like a bridge. Like, how are we going to get there? Well, here, how about we do this and join everybody together? So this is how I look at the situation at hand. Not authority, but hey, there needs to be a leader to get the people together. Okay? So the trigger with authority is what people are having the hugest problem with right now. And that just buckles down to the word queen. Well, who does she think she is? That is a you problem. Because if you can't see the benevolent works that you yourself are doing, as we the people, or we the people as a group, then you will be triggered constantly, because that's just our programs of being under authority, under the masculine for so long. Myself personally, and this isn't against men again, I have lots of good men friends out there that are in this vibration. This is not those men I'm talking about. I've had many conversations with men who can't be themselves around me. This is my whole life, but even more recently now. I open my mouth, they shut down. And it's because the feminine, not just me, the feminine spirituality, maternal, co-creation energy, there are more women working together very quickly I'm going to make a joke here about Canadian women. Okay? And I've been making this joke forever. Well, for the last 3-4 years especially. I went down to a very warm island once, and my boyfriend told me not to wear my hair a certain way and not to wear that because we were going out somewhere. And I looked at it and I'm like, do you know who you're talking to? Said, I'm a Canadian woman, okay? We do everything by ourselves because right now it's -30 out here plus wind chill, okay? No one's gonna come and empty my little porta potty for me in the wind. No one's gonna come haul my water around. Like, it's my job. If our car is stuck in the snow, we know how to dig it out. We drive better. We have better directions. Yes, these are all facts. I'm not being like I've never had problems usually getting places with the majority of women. We just use the map. Men are like every partner looking around everywhere. So these are my jokes. And if you're triggered by them, well, again, that's a you problem. So I feel like what we're coming across right now is a bunch of women are working together and erasing all of the negative energies, and we've been lied to about the fake monarchy before. So we're having this where some women really do feel alone, like, oh, my husband's just sitting over there and bitching at the TV or whatever. So some of the things that you can do, I'm getting to the point, to help these situations is please, please, please go on either her page to the healing frequencies or go on Dr. Virtual 7 on YouTube and start listening to those videos that erase programming. They erase the dark archetypes, they erase black magic, they erase all of those. Plus, please, please listening to those healing frequencies, the Shungite meditation one, all of those, the AI bot nano removal, all of those videos are critical to help you disconnect in your frequency. So if your vibration, and I'm not saying that people are all like, there's a lot of people who don't watch TV. These are showered on us all of the time from all directions. So we need to keep doing this all the time. If you have a bathtub, have some Borax. Can't spell it. You can buy it in the grocery store. It's very hard to get in the United States right now. Wonder why? Because when you have a bath with this simple natural solution and salt, it has removed things that look like coffee grounds in my water. No lie. I am not joking. And it's half an hour, hot bath, at least a cup of each, and I don't know, Bob's your uncle, if you have an Uncle Bob. Maybe he's a perv. Maybe he's been locked up. Who knows? These are my jokes this morning. Getting rid of triggers. But anyways, yeah, so a lot of people have triggers with a lot of things, But everybody, we have to allow space for people to work through those triggers. Okay? So when somebody's not in my vibration and you're beaking off on me or you're saying stupid crap like, is she a man or whatever, shame on you women, by the way, for saying that. Like, you need to get rid of your triggers with authority and with feminine authority. So anybody who's putting negative comments, that's all your ego. That's all your ego. You feeling butthurt about something. That's what triggers are. You feeling butthurt about your programs that you think you have command over. I'm telling you, you don't have command over yourself if you're not peaceful. I want to share another beautiful quote, and I hope I get it right. Sequoia, who's on the mend, he's doing very well. I think it's the We God Loves You flag that's hanging in the Canada 2.0 that's hanging in the hospital for him. He's made a lot of spiritual friends. He has an angel visiting him. But he said something beautiful to Kat, and I'm hoping I'm repeating. I'm going to ask him for the direct quote. Plant a seed of peace in your heart and watch it blossom. So I'm going to add on to that. It's only when we plant that seed of love in our heart and that it blossoms, and we start handing out the petals to people. Here, I love you. Here, I love you. Here, I love you. It's that generosity of spirit and love and that transmutation of your triggers and your angers that really help people. Yeah, I used to be really effed off when people slurped on me, like, or whatever. I got over it. I'm really working hard to get over it, but I'm super sensitive to other people's sounds and vibrations because I feel like it does interfere with whatever's happening through my connection and here and my five senses. So I'm glad you watched this video. I wanted to make it kind of short to kind of help people get through some stuff. And the other thing I'm going to I'm reminded myself, hopefully I left it here. No, I didn't, but I'm going to try and remember it word for word. From Jesse Clausen's book, The Sapling, the children's book, in there is some forgiveness exercises, and forgiveness exercises are super important. You need to forgive yourself. Everybody would do better if we knew better. Every single person would do better if they knew better. Everyone. And don't say you wouldn't. Okay? Humans are here to help each other. That's what we're here, is to express our love through our heart space and share that love. How that looks. So some of the ways you can do this is you need to spend time alone. More and more people need to spend absolute time in silence, away from your electronics, detached. If all you're using your electronics for is the healing videos and putting them away and putting them on speakers so you can feel a new frequency and a new vibration, reset your clocks. Reset your own clocks. It's Christmas in the Julian calendar today, so Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates. I don't celebrate. But reset your vibrations so that you are more open to receiving all of the blessings that are coming. One of the comments yesterday, well, Queen says that I wasn't high enough vibrations to hear her message. That is absolutely true. In one of the videos I was watching the other day, the 5-hour one, and I full on recommend that one to every single person. I've said this a couple of times. Watch the video from December 2nd to 2021. Time jumping here. And that video answers all of your questions. I wrote a summary on it. It's quite lengthy because a 5-hour summary, I'm not just going to miss out a whole bunch of important stuff. So she does talk about self-love quite a bit in that. And she talks about things that are coming up and things to do to jump into the timeline. So she's not here to offend anybody. We're all mirrors of each other. We are all mirrors of each other. So when you start talking about someone, I don't know, oh, so-and-so down at the store is, blah, 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 and da-da-da, and, their kids were buying junk food or whatever. Literally, that's a movie that I could care less about because it doesn't affect my vibrations. The other thing, and that's about sitting in calmness. And that's because I've forgiven those parts of myself that used to judge. I'm trying not to judge. Our ego is judging, and allowing us to have those triggers. So if we remove the judge and replace it with unconditional love, I'm just going to send that person love and light. Just going to send that person love and light and hold space for that person while everybody works on their little avatar meat suit in this game of life. That's really what we're supposed to be here doing, correct? So humans are here to love each other, to come together in blissful harmony. you know, but it is up to each one of us. If you're not working through those triggers, you're holding back progress. You're still living in the 3D programs. So try and love yourself. Do the I am love. I am light. I wake up every morning. I love you, Raven. I'm love. Like whatever I spit out every morning is what, and I'm stretching and like live like a cat. Feel your body. Stretch, you know, take really good care of yourself. Self-care is what is necessary because we're not judging when we're spending time loving ourselves. We are not judging when we're working through our own issues. You know, it's like that when you're pointing the finger, 3 point back at you. So that's all triggers are to me. All triggers are live. Oh yes, Here Comes the Sun asked if I could do more paintings live. So I did get my new laptop yesterday. I'm gonna go into the house in a little bit. I'm taking everything apart in my RV right after I do this video, cleaning everything, reorganizing everything, because I'm getting a little effed off with one of my cupboards here. I keep dropping stuff and I can't see stuff. See, triggers. Figure it out, people. Figure it out. And yeah, you guys would have laughed because this flew like way all over my floor the other day, and oh man, I was just a mess. So I'm a little discombobulated, a little unequilibriumed, but I'm gonna try and get back into the flow of doing stuff. So another thing I'd like to mention for all the people who normally watch this long, I'm just going to keep talking because it's Friday morning. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I might even do a card reading in a few minutes. But what was I going to say? I don't know, I forgot, so I might as well do a card reading. This is what I was going to say. I have a lot of people helping me right now. So I want to give a shout out to Andrea. She is Taco Spice, and she lives about an hour and a half away from me. And she's my right-hand person when it comes to, she'll be helping me get information from people. So if I say I'm going to let you talk to my friend Andrea, then I'll send Andrea the email or what have you, and she's going to help get important information. And then we'll go from there. So she's helping me with my Outlook account, and then I have Holly helping me with some stuff, and I have Leanne helping me with some stuff, and like I have Smoky Spice helping me with some stuff, but her stuff is really pretty easy stuff. We laugh about it. Anyways, but I love you guys all for helping me on this journey, and thank you to all the good Samaritans who have helped Raven Moonstone. Honestly, I might have to do my own show one day and just list all my donors, because people do donate to the show. And one lady has been donating, Tracy, like 30-40 bucks here and there, and truly helpful and special. So you think people aren't helpful, but literally it's just energy. So if you have extra energy, share that extra energy with other people. So the way I can share is what I'm doing. It's all about, this is how we're in the new timeline. This is the new timeline, people. When you give your energy straight directly to the recipient, you are in that figure 8, okay? You're in that automatic heart vibration to heart vibration self. The system is recognizing all the karmatic work right now, and it always has. So anytime we've acted right from our heart space to another person's heart space, say like giving homeless money, that's in the system. You're already working in the higher timeline. Those are the higher vibrations where you're not judging somebody based on whatever, and you're just saying, hey, you're a soul, I'm a soul, here, have some money, right? So that's what it's all about. Let's see what these magical cards. The Goblin, the Wounded Ego. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Look at this, you guys. Wealth, the Earth Fairy, and Truth. Oh my goodness. I love it when the higher self helps me be blissed and creator with these magical cards. And I like how I picked up the goblin first. And I'm going to read the goblin because it's all about the show today. It's awesome. So the goblin is number 31. When the goblin appears on your path, your plans are or about to go awry. That's a good sign. The goblin wants to lead you astray and whispers the negative spell of fear, anger, resentment, self-righteousness, arrogance, selfishness, greed, gluttony, procrastination, and addiction. When the goblin appears, it's time to stop what you're doing and check your motives. Are you coming from an ego-centered place? You're effing welcome for that one. Are circumstances in your life triggering unresolved past issues that still need healing? Oh, at 555255555. Now is the time for self-evaluation and taking inventory before you take another step. The goblin represents the wounded ego and influence. Dark, repressed areas of the psyche get triggered, either in you or warning you of a dynamic between you and someone else. Do nothing. Stay still. Send loving energies to yourself and others. And remember divine connection in all things. The goblin will disappear and lose power when you focus on love and fairness. And that's the ultimate message that Queen is telling us, to get prepared, just like she did when she was detained by the RCMP and had to go through the nurse and the doctor, psychiatrist, Dr. Miller, and they all were like, you're the most calmest, most centered, balanced person here. Because she's residing in the timeline where she's removed all of those ego trigger places, and there's peace in her heart that has blossomed where she can just send out the healing vibrations. And a lot of people are asking, why her? Why her? She was chosen by the Alliance, the master creator. That is her soul contract, and it has nothing to do with my soul contract other than I'm in her vibration, and maybe my higher self knew the timeline and was dragging me back into her timeline. This is what I ultimately believe, that I've been able to work through all of my triggers, or most of my triggers, except for the slurping coffee. I'm still working on that one. In order to sit in a higher vibration where I just have unconditional love and peace. Now, on another note, just to prevent people from being triggered and causing glitches in our high vibrations, anytime we're listening to a group call, please mute your microphones. Please. I might have even been one of those people that jumped on there and was like, what are they listening to? And held it up to my ear, and not knowing my microphone was on, and go. Hopefully I didn't do that while I was sitting on the toilet. That would have been super embarrassing. Be conscious, be self-aware, and be loving of self. Be very loving of self. I wore this rainbow. This will be Andrea's rainbow hat. I'm going to gift it to her. It was stars, so I got to keep the energy going of the happiness, blissful that's coming upon us. So I just want to send a big shout out again to the translation team, the administrators, everybody who's working on queenromanadilo.com. That's where you can find Earth News 2.0. I want to thank everybody in the groceries groups, the group administrators, and also all of the Good Samaritans. You people are angels, and I'm grateful to all of the blissed, we the people that have been helped and are showing people what help looks like with removing your ego. People have a lot of pride. I don't want to ask for help. I don't want somebody to know. I have no shame. It's just energy in the 3D. We've been oppressed, people. We have been oppressed in a 3D matrix. So if you need help, find a way to get help. There are lots of Good Samaritans, and Good Samaritans, please keep searching for more people to help. So if you're finished your groceries groups, go to another grocery group. It's all about just moving that energy, moving the heart space energy forward, moving it unconditionally forward. Love, love, love. If it's not in love or above, it ain't for me, remember? So I love you guys. I'm so grateful and so blessed to be here. I know I manifested all of what's happening, and you have all helped me. And a shout out to all of our special forces, armed forces, and military for all of their hard work. They're so powerful and so mighty, and I'm so blessed that Creator sent them all to wipe up all this crap that's going on our earth in the old timeline. It's wonderful to see. So, light and love. Detach from anything that's triggering you. Love yourself. Detach, detach, detach. So it's just the biological meat suit experiencing some glitches in our matrix. So take them out, clean them off by loving yourself, put them back in, move on. You got no time for some of this little petty stuff like slurping coffee when they're going to be announcing such major dramatic things going on our planet. So it's about us to learn and experience all of this so we never do it again. Okay? We never do it again. So I love you guys. And I don't know. I can't get enough of just being so joyful, and I hope that you all have love in your hearts like I do. I love myself and I love all of you. So I'm blissed. Light and love, everybody. Take care.